Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for another deep dive. You guys sent in some really fascinating stuff about how UIC is using AI in education.
Yeah, it's a pretty diverse collection. We've got course proposals, some really innovative learning tools.
Even something about AI-generated marketing.
Right, like it's all over the place.
So much to unpack here, but I think we can find some common threads and paint a really cool picture of what they're doing over at UIC.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's jump right in with this course proposal.
Okay.
AI for Enterprise, Transforming Industries with AI Workflows.
Wow.
What do you think about that title?
It's ambitious. It seems like they're really going all in on teaching students how to apply AI in different business settings, like across the board.
Yeah, they're covering finance, marketing, risk management, even legal tech.
Yeah, it really speaks volumes about how integral AI is becoming across industries,
Right.
not just in tech itself.
Exactly. Even if someone isn't planning to become like a data scientist or a programmer,
Right.
understanding how AI is being used in their field is going to be so crucial. I
Absolutely
mean,
right.
look at the final project for this course.
Oh, yeah.
They're having students design a real-world AI implementation.
Wow.
That's hands-on experience,
Yeah, you can't get that from just reading a textbook.
for sure.
Like, that's applying it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes this knowledge valuable. The
Exactly.
fact that they're doing this at the university level shows how seriously they're taking AI education.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, this next one I personally find super intriguing.
Okay, let's hear it.
Cryptocurrency,
Ooh,
trading, and investing. It
interesting.
seems like cryptocurrency is something that everyone's talking about these days, but this course actually takes it a step further.
Oh, really?
It lets students develop and test their own trading strategies.
So it's not just theory, they're actually getting to
Yeah, they're getting
put it into practice.
exactly,
That's awesome.
which is so important because we're seeing this shift towards decentralized finance and understanding blockchain technology, and cryptocurrency is becoming more and more important.
For sure, even if you're not looking to become like a day trader,
Exactly.
this is valuable stuff to know.
It gives students a taste of what it's actually like to operate in that space.
Yeah, that's a great point.
They even touch on algorithmic trading,
Oh, wow.
which I find fascinating.
Yeah, that's like taking the emotion out of investing and letting the algorithms make the decisions.
Yeah.
Well, not entirely without human oversight,
Right.
but it's definitely a growing trend, and it's great that UIC is incorporating it into their curriculum.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're not shying away from the complexities either.
Right.
The proposal mentions that the course also addresses the regulatory landscape of cryptocurrency, which is essential given how rapidly that's evolving.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, switching gears a bit, let's talk about this DuckDB flight simulator
Academe flight simulator. Okay, I'm intrigued.
for learning SQL.
Interesting.
Now, anyone who's ever tried to learn SQL knows it can be a real beast.
Absolutely a steep learning curve.
So the idea of the flight simulator to make it more approachable is genius.
I love that analogy.
So from what I'm seeing, students are presented with SQL tasks,
Okay,
and they interact with a simulated command line interface.
got it.
But here's the key. They get immediate feedback from an AI.
So it's like having a personalized tutor.
Exactly, just like a flight instructor would provide guidance during a training session.
That's brilliant because one of the biggest challenges with learning SQL is that it can feel very abstract until you actually start working with real data.
Exactly.
This simulator bridges that gap by providing a safe and interactive environment to experiment and get real-time feedback.
And get this, there are no grades.
No grades, so it's purely focused on learning and exploration.
It's all about encouraging that exploration and experimentation without the pressure of traditional assessments.
I love that approach because it takes the fear out of making mistakes, which is essential for learning any new skill,
For sure.
especially something as complex as SQL.
Okay, now this next tool is where things get really interesting. It's an AI-powered event blurb generator.
An AI that writes social media posts.
You got it. It seems almost too good to be true.
That does sound pretty amazing.
You just upload a picture,
Okay.
add some keywords,
Uh-huh.
and let GPT-4 do the work.
Wow. I mean, just think about the potential time savings this could offer,
Right.
especially for busy students or event organizers who are already strapped for time.
Exactly.
It's like having a personal marketing assistant at your fingertips,
And they're specifically targeting LinkedIn and Facebook with this tool.
which makes perfect sense for promoting events and connecting with professionals in those spaces. It
Exactly.
really highlights how AI isn't just about these big abstract concepts.
Right.
It's also about creating these practical tools that can make our everyday lives easier and more efficient.
So we've got AI for business crypto, trading, a flight simulator for SQL, and even an AI that writes social media posts.
It's like UIC is really embracing AI across the board.
It's clear that they are, but I'm curious to know more about the specifics of these tools, like how do they actually work? What's the technology behind them?
That's a great question, and luckily these documents seem to have quite a bit of detail about the technical side of things. Why don't we dive into that next?
Sounds like a plan. Let's unpack the tech behind these AI tools and see what makes them tick.
All right, so you want to get technical?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's break down this DuckDB flight simulator.
Perfect.
The document you shared it actually includes a pretty detailed breakdown of the code and the design choices they made.
Okay, awesome. I'm ready to get technical.
So are you familiar with Shiny?
A little bit.
Okay, well, it's a platform that's used for creating interactive web applications.
Uh-huh.
And in this case, they've actually used Shiny to build that simulated command line interface where students can input those SQL commands and get that instant feedback.
So it's not just reading about SQL.
Right.
It's actually writing and executing code.
Exactly, which is so crucial for learning a language like SQL.
For sure.
And the AI integration is really what sets this simulator apart.
Okay, how so?
Well, they're using GPT-4,
Okay.
a really powerful language model,
Mm-hmm.
to analyze the student responses, provide hints, and even simulate the execution of those SQL commands.
It's like having a virtual SQL expert guiding you every step of the way.
Yeah, exactly. And if I remember correctly, students can even choose from different AI models to customize their learning experience.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So they can actually pick a model that aligns with their learning style and the level of guidance they prefer.
Which is a really clever way to personalize the learning process.
Definitely.
And speaking of personalization, remember how we talked about that no grades philosophy?
Yeah.
Well, the code actually reveals how they're tracking student progress without relying on those traditional assessments.
Oh, interesting. So how are they measuring learning if there are no grades?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It seems kind of counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but they've got this really interesting system built in
Okay.
that tracks the number of correct and incorrect answers a student provides for each task.
Uh-huh.
And then they use that data to tailor the difficulty of subsequent tasks and the level of AI assistance provided.
So even though there's no formal grading, students are still getting feedback on their progress and the AI is adapting to their individual need.
Exactly. It's like personalized learning in action.
It really sounds like they found a way to combine the rigor of learning SQL with a more relaxed and encouraging learning environment,
Yeah, they've managed to strike a balance.
which is pretty amazing.
It is, and I think that's a theme that we're seeing across these AI tools at UIC.
Yeah.
They're using technology to create a more engaging, personalized, and ultimately more effective learning experience.
For sure. Okay, let's move on to the AI-powered event blurb generator.
Okay, the AI marketing assistant.
I'm still amazed by how simple it seems to use. You upload a picture, add some keywords, and boom, you've got a social media post.
It does sound deceptively simple.
But there's a lot happening under the hood.
Yeah, there is. The document you sent actually includes a step-by-step breakdown of how the code works.
Perfect. So walk me through it. How does it actually take those simple inputs and turn them into a polished social media post?
All right, so first things first, you upload your image and keywords into the app, which, just like the flight simulators built using Shiny,
Okay.
the app then takes those inputs and it constructs a prompt for GPT-4.
Okay, so it's basically feeding information to the AI in a way that it can understand and use to generate text.
Exactly. The prompt might be something like, write an engaging LinkedIn post for an event about topic at UIC using the following keywords.
Got it.
And then the app sends that prompt to GPT-4 via its API.
So the API, that behind-the-scenes connector that lets different software systems talk to each other?
You got it.
Okay.
So GPT-4 receives that prompt, it analyzes the image and keywords, and then leverages its language generation capabilities to produce a tailored event blurb.
And then you've got a ready-to-post message customized for LinkedIn or Facebook, no less?
Precisely. And the developers have even included functionality to preview and edit the generated blurb before you post it.
So it's not about replacing human creativity entirely. It's about giving users a starting point and then letting them have the flexibility to make it their own.
Yeah, more like a collaboration between human and AI.
Which I really like.
Me too.
I'm really starting to see the potential of these tools,
Yeah.
but it also makes me wonder about the broader implications. If AI can write social media posts, what other tasks could it automate in the future?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
And I think it's one that we'll be grappling with for years to come. The possibilities seem almost endless at this point.
All right, before we get too carried away with the future, let's bring it back to the present.
Okay.
There's one more document that we haven't touched on yet, the proposal for an Introduction to Artificial Intelligence course.
Oh, yeah. That seems like a natural starting point for any student interested in this field.
Yeah, it does. It's interesting to see how they're approaching teaching AI itself.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a closer look at what this course actually entails and how it fits into the bigger picture of AI education at UIC.
Sounds good to me. Let's dive in.
Okay, so we've seen how UIC is using AI as like a tool to teach those specific subjects like SQL and cryptocurrency trading.
Yeah.
But now we're looking at this proposal for an Introduction to Artificial Intelligence course.
Right.
Seems like kind of a fundamental piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely. It's like laying the groundwork before you can start building with AI. You need to
Yeah,
understand the basic principles, the different types of AI, the ethical considerations,
for sure.
all of that.
And this course, it looks like it covers a lot of ground. It touches on machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, computer vision.
Yeah,
It's like a sampler bladder.
it is. It's a good intro to the field.
And what I find interesting is they're not just focusing on the technical side.
Right.
They're also emphasizing the societal impact of AI,
Which is so important.
which is huge.
Yeah, we need to be thinking about how these technologies are going to shape our world,
Right,
not just how to build them.
exactly. It's about responsible innovation.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the course includes a section on AI ethics,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is something we haven't really dug into yet.
It's a complex topic for sure,
Right.
but essential to have these conversations, things like bias in algorithms, data privacy, the potential for job displacement.
Mhm.
These are all important considerations.
It's like they're trying to equip these students with this holistic understanding of AI,
Right.
not just a technical one.
It's not just about the code, it's about the bigger picture.
They're preparing them to be thoughtful and ethical practitioners of this technology.
Exactly. And, it's not just about understanding the problems.
Right.
It's about exploring those potential solutions as well.
Mm-hmm.
The proposal mentions that they also delve into topics like AI for social good,
Okay.
using AI to address global challenges.
It's encouraging. It's like they're saying, yes, there are risks, but there's also this immense potential for AI to have a positive impact.
Yeah, to make the world a better place.
Exactly.
And I think that's an important message to convey, especially to those students who are just starting to explore this field. We need to inspire them, not just caution them.
For sure. So looking at all these courses and tools together, it's clear that UIC is taking this multifaceted approach to AI education.
Yeah, they're really covering all the bases.
They're teaching about AI, they're using AI as a teaching tool,
Hmm.
and they're encouraging students to think critically about the ethical and societal implications of this technology.
It's a comprehensive strategy.
It is.
And I think it reflects a growing recognition that AI literacy is going to be essential for success in the 21st century,
Absolutely.
no matter what field you're in.
It's funny, we started this deep dive by talking about how AI is transforming education.
Yeah.
But I think what we're really seeing is that education is also transforming how we approach AI,
That's a great point. It's a symbiotic relationship.
right?
As we learn more about AI, we can develop better ways to teach it, and as we teach it more effectively, we empower more people to contribute to its development and application.
Exactly.
It's a really exciting time to be involved in this field.
It is, and it seems like UIC is at the forefront of this educational revolution.
I agree. They're setting a great example for other institutions to follow, and I'm really eager to see what other innovations they come up with in the future.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive. I'm so glad we got to explore this together.
Me too. Thanks for having me.
And to our listener, thank you so much for sending us this thought-provoking set of documents. We hope this deep dive has given you a new perspective on the ways that AI is being integrated into education. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.